What's up, y'all? It's your boy DK, man, coming today with a new video. So look, like I said in my second to last video, one of the things that I want to start doing on this channel is design with me type of videos, y'all. So that's what we coming with today. Design with me video number 1. As y'all know, obviously my page is a clothing brand page. I show you guys like the ins and out of my brand, how I run my brand, tips, advice, ways you guys can run your brand as well. But one thing that we know, with having a brand, designing is a part of it. And I would think that most of you guys out there are like me and you make your own designs for your brand and everything like that. So today, this video is gonna go hand in hand with everything else that's on the channel, right? What I'm gonna be doing today is I'm gonna be designing a vintage rapper style t-shirt. I don't know if I'm gonna actually put it on a t-shirt, but like the vintage rapper tee type of design. This design is still popular today in today's game. People are still making a lot of money and these designs are still very heavily requested. Like I said, you don't even have to put this on a t-shirt. The design principles are all going to be the same no matter what you put it on, right? So boom, today I'm gonna be doing my design on Nipsey Hussle, man. Rest in peace to Nip, first of all, man. Rest in peace to Nip. If you guys don't know, make sure that y'all go to the first video on this channel. I actually explain some of the reasons why Nipsey Hussle like really motivated me to go ahead and make my clothing brand and everything like that. So if you guys want to know the whole backstory, man, make sure that y'all go watch that. But Nipsey Hussle was a very big inspiration to me, y'all. So with that being said, it's only right that for the first video of this series, we go ahead and do him. So enough for the introduction, y'all. Let's hop straight into the computer. Alright, y'all, so I'm over here in the computer right now. So the first thing that you want to do when you're making a design like this is find your photos, right? So let me just go ahead and just scroll through my photos. So I have a black background right here, just a plain black. I got the bandana, if you know, you know. I got the Crenshaw sign. I got this famous, you know, probably one of his most famous pictures, the side profile. I got like a LA skyline, palm trees and everything like that. I got another famous pic of Nip right here. I got his BET Awards performance when they were outside. I believe this was his Grammy performance right here. So you want to find your photos, but you want to make sure that they are high quality images. So the reason you want to do that is because we're going to be working in Photoshop. Photoshop is a pixel based program, right? And most of the images that you find on the internet, I went on Google and I found these images, they're pixelated images. But you want to find a high quality image because the more that you blow up a pixelated image, it becomes blurry. The more that you really take down a pixelated image, you can lose quality as well. So if you find good high quality images like these, as you can see, once I saved them to my computer, they blew up, like they're a great size. So I know that once I cut the backgrounds out, it's still gonna look good. I still have a lot of room to play with it in terms of making them bigger, making them smaller, everything like that without them losing much quality. I went on Google and I found these images, but again, another way you can do it, if you do like an advanced search on Google, you can actually put in all the dimensions and everything that you want the pictures. But you gotta remember, if you go that route, you're gonna be limited to some of the pictures that you can get. With that being said, these are all of the pictures that I'm going to use. I'm going to hop straight into Photoshop. I'm going to set this up with y'all. Let's get into it. All right, y'all, so we in Photoshop. Usually what I do is you got all these, you know, things up here. I just go to recent, I hit a custom 3000 by 3000. That's the Instagram square dimension. So most of your regular general posts that you see on Instagram, 3000 by 3000. And the reason why I'm doing it by this dimension is because I'm going to start putting all of these designs that I make on this series on my visuals page. If you guys don't know, I got a visuals page on Instagram. It's visuals from DK. Probably try to put it on the screen somewhere. Make sure that y'all go check that out. I'm gonna start putting all of these designs that I do on that visual page. I'm just gonna go ahead and name this Nipsey Vintage Style Tee. You know what I'm saying? You can name it, feel free to name it whatever you want. Resolution 300, that's been perfect for me. I haven't had any issues with that. Boom, so we just gonna go ahead and hit create. That'll be in Photoshop and everything like that. The first thing I'm gonna do is just put my black background in. So I got the black background in right now. I'm gonna just go ahead. It doesn't really matter if I distort the image this way. Usually if you're trying to resize something, you would hold on to the corner, press shift and drag it like this. but since this is a black background, there's no detail in it, it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going ahead and distort it like this. This is perfectly fine for this. The reason why I'm putting a black background right here is just because this design, if I were to put on a t-shirt, will most likely go on a black tee. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put everything that I'm going to use in the Photoshop project. So I got all of my images in Photoshop that I'm gonna be using. If you're not used to Photoshop, all the layers are over here on your right hand side. So I just got all of the images, and then I also went ahead and I named them, because in Photoshop, with all the layers and everything, man, want to stay as organized as possible. Boom. So I got all the rough, you know, images. Obviously, one thing that I had to do is what? Cut out all the images from the backgrounds, right? So I'm gonna just use this BET Woods picture as an example. There's many different ways you can do this in Photoshop. And just so y'all know, by no means am I a Photoshop expert. Everything in this video is just the way that I do them. If you guys know any better ways of doing things, any faster, more efficient ways, make sure that y'all drop them in the comments. One of the first ways that you can do this is you can select on the photo. You got to be on the layer, go to select, you can hit subject select, right? Boom. And this usually 9 times out of 10 mostly does a pretty good job, but as we can see, there's some inconsistencies right here in the hair area, also right here in this area as well, right? You can use the pen tool. If you like me, you can use the polygonal lasso tool, right? I also want to tell you guys that if you're like me and you're using the newest version of Photoshop, they actually have like a background remover built in. So if you drag and drop a photo into Photoshop, you can remove the background that way. But since I'm doing this video, and I know there's probably people out there that aren't on the latest version, also that way it's kind of cheating a little bit, y'all. You want to kind of get into the program and learn some of the nitty-gritty of it. So I'm gonna kind of show you guys this way. This is usually the way that I do it. Instead of using the pen tool, it's a little bit faster. I take the polygonal lasso tool and I just outline my image. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you also want to make sure that you don't have a whole bunch of rough edges and things like that as well, right? So this is just something I just kind of slightly follow the curves and everything like that, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna speed this up. It does take, you know, a little minute, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, but it definitely works and it definitely gives you the quality that you want. All right, y'all, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop right here. You see how much that I've outlined, just to show y'all how good this technique works. I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna outline, I'm gonna hit right here, boom. I'm gonna go back, make sure that I'm on this layer, and I'm gonna delete. Well, excuse me. First, what you want to do is, I forgot to tell y'all, rasterize the layer so you can make the changes to the image. Once the rasterization is done on the layer, hit delete and boom. You see the kind of job that it's doing. You see that it's cut out. Usually what I do on these areas that's a little bit more pointy than I want, one thing that I do that people really don't recommend you do is I grab this eraser tool and I just kind of smoothing out the edge. Most people tell you never touch the eraser tool, man, but believe it or not, y'all, before I knew how to do anything with any tools, pen tool, polygonal, remove background, I literally used to remove backgrounds with the eraser like this and really get up close on the edges and things like that, right? So I'm kind of used to it. I've been doing it. I probably shouldn't have been doing it that whole time, but I'm kind of used to the eraser. So, you know, just to smoothen out those edges, that's usually what I do. If you don't have a steady hand, I don't recommend it. I'm gonna finish doing this layer with the polygonal lasso tool, and then I'm gonna also do the rest of the images that I'm gonna use, y'all. And once that's done, I'm gonna come back and we're gonna get back into it. So let's do that. All right, y'all, so look, boom, I'm back. I finally got all of the images, the cutouts and everything like that. Oh, 1 second, y'all, I'm gonna be right back. Hold on, y'all, hold on. All right, y'all, so I'm back and I finally got every picture done this time. So I'm gonna just run through them. Looking at it right now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I kind of like it just on the solid black. And one thing that I learned with designing, less is more. So don't ever try to force something. I really do want to incorporate this blue bandana in somehow, but I might end up making it like a overlay once I'm finished. So now that we got all of this done, we got all the elements and the pictures that we're gonna use, right? Now is the time that you want to go ahead and kind of frame everything out, right? So this is basically the picture that I want to be the centerpiece, right? This photo right here, and the side profile, like I said, one of his most famous photos. Oh, Did I ever put the Crenshaw in here? Oh, hold on, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out real quick because I'm tired of stopping the camera. All right, boom. So I got the Crenshaw sign now. Let me go ahead and label this. All right, so I got all the elements, everything I'm gonna be using like that, right? Boom. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just basically lay everything out in terms of positioning and kind of where I could, you know, see it going. So I might just hide this for a minute. I just want to lay out all the photos. Probably put this behind here. And one thing that I want to tell y'all, like, I'm literally making this design up as I go. I didn't already have this pre-planned out and know, okay, I'm gonna put this here, put this here. Like, I'm literally making this up as I go, because as designers, one of the things that we have to do is we have to be able to take something that somebody wants, something that somebody gives us, and literally make something out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times if a client comes to you, they want you to design something, they're not really gonna know the terminology, they ain't really gonna know how to explain it all the time. So we gotta make something out of nothing here, y'all. So that's why this is a great practice technique for y'all out there. If you wanna, you know what I'm saying, get better with your design skills, this is another thing that you can do. Let me just lay these out, kind of lay out, see what I'm gonna put. And I might not even end up using all of these photos, y'all. So that's just something else to keep in mind as well. I'm liking this behind here. So what I'm thinking about is, I'm thinking about having this one right here, maybe having this one facing the opposite way. Let me see if this will look right if I flip it. So I'm gonna hide this layer right here because it's kind of in the way. Let me see if I flip this. What I'm gonna do to flip it is I'm gonna go to edit. I'm gonna go to, where's it at? Transform. Then I'm gonna just hit flip horizontal. Okay, it's not looking too bad, not looking too bad. My idea for this design was, because I gotta make some room for the text, right? Pull these pictures down just a little bit. I'm gonna kind of show y'all my idea for the text as well. I wanted like a big Nipsey right here. This is like Chrome Hearts type. I'm gonna just place this in like placeholder text for right now. This is just to map everything out. And then Hussle at the bottom. This is kind of the idea that I'm going for. Like I said, for these types of designs, less is more. You don't really have to do a whole lot. Put this over top of that. I'm also put this one, the Grammy photo, over top of that as well. So if I wanted to make it like this, boom. And then the Hussle is going to stay over top of this photo. I'm gonna also end up fading the photos as well, but I'm just trying to get a little bit of placement, y'all. We just playing around right now. Kind of going for something like this. Not gonna lie to y'all, kind of going for something like this. And the text isn't done. We're gonna have a warp on the text. Just playing around with some different things, y'all. Maybe if I put this in the back. Let me see something. Let me see something. We might got something, y'all. We might got something. We might got something. We might got something. All right, so now that I got everything kind of mapped out where I want it, I'm gonna just play around with this. First thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and fix all of these photos to kind of be the same color. As we can see, there's a big color difference in all of these photos. This photo has a blue shade to it. This one was taken outside, so it's got like a sunlight shade, and this was in, so it's a lot of different stage lighting and everything like that. If I was to keep it like this, this wouldn't really look professional. We want to make it look as professional as possible. So with that being said, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna make each photo one shade so they look very similar. Obviously, they won't ever be the same shade because of the lighting differences, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make it look as good as possible, y'all. So that's gonna be the next step. So for us to be able to go ahead and change the color of these images, what we're going to do is play with the hue and saturation. So I'm gonna just take this one for example. My overall goal is to match it up with the looks of this image right here. You got like the hue, saturation, lightness, darkness, right? Another way you can do it is by playing with the color balance. This is really probably gonna be the best way if you play with the color balance. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just play with it for a minute. I'll probably fast forward this part. I'm just trying to make it to where the photos look a little bit more uniform. All right, y'all, so I kind of made them a little bit more blue just so they can match the image in the middle. But one thing I'm noticing about the photos is that these two photos are very high quality and this one is a little bit less appealing quality wise. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and sharpen this image, right? This is a trick that I just learned not too long ago. I'm gonna go to this layer, right? Copy it twice, Command J twice. I think it's Control J if you're on a PC. This first layer right here, I'm gonna invert it. So I'm gonna hit Command I. I'm gonna go down and make it vivid light, right? Then what I'm gonna do is, after I do that, I'm gonna go up here to filter, I'm gonna go to blur, I'm gonna go to the Gaussian blur. I usually go around 4 on this one, right? That's just to get that really sharp look. Now, some people say that's too much. Basically what I'm doing is I'm using the blur inverted to go ahead and sharpen the image, because you know when you blur an image it kind of lowers the quality, but this time since it's inverted I'm gonna sharpen it. I'm gonna go ahead and hit OK. As you can see, it's already looking much more sharp. I'm gonna click these 2 layers together, so I'm gonna hold shift, hold both of them, Command G, it makes a group. I'm gonna hit sharpened, and then I'm gonna go down to overlay. There's a big difference that's been made in this photo. It's a lot more sharp. This is the original, this is it now. As we can see, quality wise, it's going to be what it is, but it still matches these other 2 photos way better than it was. So you can move the photos. You want to go ahead and you want to link all of these layers together, so that way if you want to move, rearrange, do anything like that, it'll all move as one. I'm still kind of just stylistically trying to see where I'm gonna place them and everything like that, but I'm really liking how this is turning out so far. Now I think I'm ready to go ahead and try to tackle the text. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through and just try to see if I can find something that I like. I'm going for like a big blocky lettering type thing, so I'm already on Arial Black. Ugh. I would go with this typeface right here, but let me see. I might actually go with this one. I might actually go with this. Let me see, man. Let me see. Let me make it a little smaller. Let me make it a little smaller, man. The style that I'm going for a curved look. First, what I'm gonna do is, again, you never usually want to do this on a normal basis, but since I'm gonna be adding a text warp to it, I'm gonna go ahead and slightly distort the text. So I'm gonna just raise this up a little bit, just so the effect can look better. When I place it, go back down here to warp text. I'll go to arc. I'm gonna just play around with these. Obviously, that's way too much of an arc. I would really go for something a little bit more like this. I'm gonna do the same thing to the hustle at the bottom. I'm gonna make it the curve, but this time it's gonna curve up. Once I do that, I'm gonna get back with y'all. All right, y'all, so boom, I got both names in, the Nipsey and the Hustle. Part of designing is making things as easy as possible on yourself, right? So let me show y'all what I mean. So if you want to get the type of look that I'm going for, you can go online, search like blue glitter, silver glitter. Let me look, I got another one. More blue look, right? You can do this. And I'm gonna show y'all kind of like a little secret. If I want to try to use the blue one, right? I'm gonna hover over the words. Don't worry about really, you know, distorting this when you're doing it. I'm gonna put this directly above whatever word layer that I want to do it on. So I want to do this on a Nipsey. I put it directly over the Nipsey. I go over here, I'm gonna create a clipping mask. What this is going to do is it's going to put it inside of the words, y'all. So you see how much better, you know what I'm saying, this is starting to look like stylistically, like we're getting there. We're not done yet, but we getting there, right? So y'all can see the type of vibe I'm going for. I might go here. I might go to, let's go to brightness and contrast, man. I'm gonna create another clipping mask so it only does it on this layer, and then I'm gonna just play with it. See what happens, because obviously we want to make it nip blue, right? I'm liking this. Let me try the gold, right? I'm gonna try the gold. I'm gonna see what I think. I think blue is probably gonna be the best option though. This is the gold. It's just not giving the same vibe, y'all. If this was a different artist, I would probably go with this. But knowing who your artist is, knowing the person that you're designing for is very big. It's a hard decision, but I'm gonna probably go with the blue. Let me know in the comments what y'all would go with. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna link all these layers together just so I can move everything. I just wanna make sure that this is centered. Am I tripping, y'all, or does this Nipsey look a little bit darker in terms of the blue? Since it's looking that way, I'm gonna just match it. Nothing to go crazy about. You can always change everything. That's why I love Photoshop. All right, so it's not the vibrance. I'm gonna probably just put another hue and saturation on it, or color balance. All right, there we go. So it's looking like they're matching up a lot better now. For right now, I'm gonna leave that alone just so y'all can see the type of look that I'm going for, man. So now I'm gonna try to go and do some editing to these photos. One thing that I'm looking at is I definitely want to fade this out. The next thing that y'all gonna see me do is editing the photos. Let's get to it. Alright y'all, so the first thing I'm gonna do is, looking at these, I'm deciding to make this a little bit bigger since this is the centerpiece, if you will. So since I made that bigger, I'll probably end up making these a slightly smaller, slightly tilt them a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You can see these harsh edges down here. We're gonna fade these out. If I wanna fade these edges out, kind of fade it into each other, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to that layer. I'm gonna make a layer mask. I'm gonna go down here to the gradient tool. It looks a little bit different than what I'm used to, but this is just the simplest way that I go in and I fade, you know, things out. And this actually works better than it used to. I guess they updated it, I'm not sure. But if I put in this image again, you can see the difference. You can see it looks way better, y'all. Like, this is starting to really come together and look professional. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do it with this image as well. This one, I don't really have to do that much fading on this one because it kind of lays directly behind the side profile head, so it's not much fading that has to be done on this one. So I'll probably end up bringing these down underneath the head, honestly. Now I'm gonna do the same thing for the actual side profile picture, because as you can see down here at the hustle, you can see, and I don't like how that's looking. It looks rough and it doesn't look professional. It's coming along, y'all. It's coming along. I'm gonna probably fade out some of the side. I'm liking how it's coming, y'all, so far. Still not done. I want to still add some things. And again, this is just a quick video to show you guys how this type of stuff can be done. Usually whenever you do a design like this, I usually like to come back the next day, look at it, see any changes that can be made and things like that, just to make it, you know, extra perfect. For the purposes of this video, I'm just showing you guys how simple that it can be to make a vintage tee rapper style design, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not rushing through it, but at the same time, I'm not probably going to wait a couple of days and come back and all that. I'm gonna really just do it for the video. So I'm liking how this is looking. The next thing that I want to do is I want to add some depth to the photos, man. So adding some outer glows, some things like that. I'm liking this outer glow, but the only thing is it's really showing off these hard edges. I gotta keep it like this, y'all. This image might have to stay this way, but I can still play with these other two. I'm gonna come back to it and try to see whatever, if there's anything else I can do to it. Probably slightly add like a slight glow. If I pull that size down, that'll help a lot. Y'all can see the difference. Probably do the same for over here. Let me see if I sharpen it, will that help the image any? Yeah, I like that a lot, because this adds depth without me having to go in and do a drop shadow and anything like that. So I'm really liking this. Turn down the sharpening to like 50. So this is it without the sharpening. This is it around like 50%. I think 50% is good. I might even bump it up to like 70. I might just put a cold filter on it, honestly, like a cold filter look. Okay, so I'm liking this look on both of the back images. So let me go through. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna finish all of the stylistic things like that, adding the vibrancies and everything like that. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna get back up with y'all once that's done. All right, y'all, so as y'all can see, I went ahead and I changed up a little bit of the warmth, the saturation and everything of the back too. And this is basically, you know, the design. Now, like I said, depending on how much time you have and how detailed and intricate you want to get with it, you can do a lot more. You can add like lens flares on the words to give it like a jewelry effect. Now, I went ahead and I saved this as a JPEG. If you guys want to go ahead and make like a t-shirt mock-up with this design, I got a t-shirt right here. Go ahead and drag this into here. Take out the background with the magic eraser tool, and now I'ma just, you know, kind of size it to the shirt, y'all. So boom, this is what this design would look like as a shirt. You can't tell me people wouldn't buy this, y'all. I guarantee. This is just a rough mock-up showing you how the shirt will look. You can go over here, you can play with the screens and everything like that to try to give it a more realistic look. I'll probably put it on lighten mode to give it a realistic look, but hey, this is what it would look like as a shirt, y'all. So look, if you into the vintage rapper tee collection type of style t-shirts, this is how you can make it. Like I said, you can go as intricate as one, you can go as detailed as you want. This is just basically how you can do it, y'all. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man, to the first of the Design With Me series. This is a new series that I'm excited to bring to y'all. I'm excited to keep making these videos. This is something that I've been wanting to do, man, for a long time, and now I'm finally able to do it. So make sure that y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Go ahead and put in the comments somebody that you want to see me do next. It could be a rapper, a celebrity, anybody like that, entrepreneur. Let me know who y'all want me to go ahead and design next, man, so we can do a vintage style tee of them. Or if you got any other designs that you guys want to see me do, it doesn't really have to be like a vintage rapper tee or a vintage tee period. We can do flyers, anything, guys, that you want to see, man. Just let me know. Make sure that y'all go to the website, man. Grab something if you haven't already grabbed it while it's still there. Let me show y'all the newest release that I just posted today. Today, when I'm recording this, is June 15th. I'll probably post this either tomorrow or the day after. But ladies, crop tops, man. Crop tops coming for the summertime, ladies. Y'all definitely gonna want to tap into these. They coming real soon. Make sure that y'all go to the Instagram and go like that post at dkclothingdmv. The website is www.dkclothingbrand.com, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Once again, thank y'all. We plugged in over here. Let's get it.